Hi disciple, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those coming back, I thank you for coming to my channel and for supporting my channel. On my channel, as you know, I talk about God, His love for us, His Son, and of course, His Son coming back. So today I want to talk about when God chooses. And when God chooses, guess what? We have to step to the side, step out the way, and let God do what God does best. So when God chooses, there's no need for us to act foolish or even try to do anything foolish, because if we do, we're going to suffer the ultimate damnation. We're going to suffer the ultimate punishment from God. Because if God says, I am choosing, who are you to try to step in the way? You step out the way and let God do what God does best. You don't even have to need to just step out the way, because I'm telling you, God can get you out the way. So this is what happened to the plight of the children coming from Israel during the time of Moses' leadership, taking them from out of their plight in Egypt, to the promised land in Israel. So Aaron and Moses, as you know, Aaron and Moses is brothers, and of course Aaron as his son. So Aaron now becomes the first priest, which means his son, his heir, is going to be under the same priesthood once Aaron passed away. So it's going to trickle down from that generation priesthood. So, as you know, it was a lot of the Israelite children coming out of Egypt, a lot of them coming out of Egypt. So there was one particular person in that group coming out of Israel, and his name was Korah. So when God chooses, step to the side, because if God don't choose you to lead, He knows the reason why He didn't choose you. He knows the reason why you was not chosen to lead. So if He chose Aaron and his brother, He saw something in them that still leadership, that still can do the task. So He commissioned them to do the task. So not to go too much into that, we're going to focus on Korah and his comrade. 250 comrades. And who are those comrades? Those are well-known people, princes. They're in high places, as we say in our society today. So the 250, maybe 250 plus people of high society, people who is in position, Korah gathered all of them. Number 16 tells us what's going on during the plight of the children from Egypt to the promised land. So when God chooses, don't mess, step to the side, don't do anything foolish, because if you do, you're only creating judgment on yourself, punishment, harsh punishment, because God don't have time for foolish men. So we need to humble, step to the side. God didn't choose us because He didn't commission us, because He sees and He knows who can execute whatever leadership He wants them to carry out. So therefore He chose Moses and his brother. So Aaron is now the high priest. So Aaron is now the high priest, the first high priest, which means Aaron's son is gonna trickle down from with that priesthood that Aaron has as the first priest. So his generation, son, is gonna trickle down all that priesthood. So if God has wanted Korah to be a part of the priesthood, wouldn't you think God would have chose Korah? God saw the heart of men. God saw the heart of me, my heart, your heart, all of us heart. Back in ancient time, oh yeah, you know who can execute the task, and you know their heart. So He didn't choose Korah. So now Korah chooses 250, maybe 250 plus comrade. Is comrade J, protege, whatever. His buddies, his clique. And these are people who are in high places, as we say today. high society, princes, whatever, people of noble background, whatever, they were all a part of that migration coming out. They were repatriated back into Jerusalem. They were the diaspora in Egypt, so now they're repatriating back into Jerusalem to the promised land that God promises them. Tell Moses, tell my people, I say so. I am Yahweh thy God, and I said so. So Moses and Aaron do the leadership. But like I said, I'm focusing on Korah and his 200 plus comrade. So now Aaron of the priestlyhood, his son would get that priestlyhood once Aaron passed away. So Korah now, Numbers 16 tell us, you read the book of Numbers, I'm telling you, the Bible is fascinating book. When you read it, get all these stories. A lot of these stories, we see it going on all around us. But some of these stories, very interesting. So like I said, God chooses Aaron and Moses to lead. Aaron is the priest. Aaron has a son. Korah, who was a part of the old repatriate group going back to Egypt, he gathered up 250, maybe 250 plus comrades, people of high society, some of them, to go against Aaron and Moses, to say, I want to be a part of the leadership group, priestly group. I want you to trickle down to me. No, Korah, God did not designate you to be a part of the leadership group or to be a part of the priestlyhood. That priestlyhood would go to Aaron's son. So there's a huge jealousy going on with Korah. So he gathered up 250 men. He said, men, come on, you all my protege. Let's go up against Moses and Aaron and said, we want to be part of that leadership group. We want to be a part of the priestlyhood. I want to be a part of the priestlyhood. No, Korah, when God chooses, like I said, he knows the art of men. He knows my art, your art, all of us art. So he knows that Korah would not execute the task. So God did not commission Korah to execute the task. God commissioned Moses and his brothers to execute the task. So now Korah, with his comrade protege, they came in front of Moses and they demanded, they want to be a part of priestlyhood, want to be a part of leadership. Sit yourself down. God did not choose us. When God chooses myself and you all, we need to step out the way and let God does what God do best. Because why? Our heart is corrupted, not fit for leadership under the eyes of God, watching the eyes of God. So he's going to point out who he wants to do certain tasks. Because why? He knows who he chose will be able to be strong, will be able to execute those tasks. Like Gideon, the farmer. Gideon was a farmer. Deborah, all of them. Joseph, his brother sold him. Predestined by God, because God knew that his brother, they were going to need him later on. So all of these people that God chose, even Jahil, God chooses who he knows gonna get his task done. So Korah said, I want to be a part of the priesthood. I want to be a part of the leading group, the group that leading all these multitude of people repatriating back into Jerusalem, repatriating to the promised land that God promises. I want to be a part of the leading group. God said, no, Korah, I did not choose you. When I choose, step out my way. So Korah, like I said, gather up 250 plus, some of them noble, some of them princes, a lot of princes and stuff. And he gathered, they were all in the group. And he gathered them and he said, come. We're going in front of Moses and we're going to demand to be a part of the leading group, to be a part of the group, part of the priestlyhood. And that priestlyhood, so it was a jealousy between Korah and Aaron's son, because Korah want that priestlyhood trickle down to him, while Aaron's son should be the one that's going to get it once Aaron passed away. The priesthood would go on to Aaron's son. So Korah and his comrade, 250 plus or more, they argue with Moses and they're telling Moses what to do. Moses go down on his face. No, Korah. God chose. I did not choose this role, Korah. God put me in this role. God chose this role. God put Aaron in this role. God chose this role. So God looked down and he said, wait a minute. Moses did not choose this role. I put Moses in this role, and I am Yahweh thy God. I do all the choosing to lead my people to the promised land. Step to the side, Korah. So God looked down. God got tired of Korah and his comrade. God said, Moses and Aaron, do me a favor. Step out the way. Let me teach Korah a lesson. And his 250 plus follower. So God tell Moses, step out the way right now. I need you and Aaron and the rest of the people. Step out the way. They're on the temple now. Step out the way. So that's what he did. Moses tell Aaron, probably the rest of the people, step out the way. And guess what? Korah and his 250 plus men, they were consumed by fire. Consumed by the judgment. Because they were what? Not chosen by God. So this is the reason why I said, when God chooses, step out the way. If God don't choose you, step out the way. Let God do what God does best. And if God chose others, step out the way. Let others do what God chose them to do. Leave them alone. Because I'm telling you, God works in a very particular way, in a very mysterious way. When we ask God for things, sometimes we expect to get it in the fashion, in the way that we ask God for. I am telling you, I'm living proof. God is going to answer our prayer. Sometimes as we ask him, but most time is what fit in our life best, what God think we really want. You may say you want this and God look down and say, no, I don't think you need that. That is not a need. That is just a want. And no. This is like a wasted prayer. So don't be praying for everything and believe you're going to get it. Or believe you're going to get it the same time you pray for it. We have to have faith and know what to pray for. So sometimes we pray and we say the prayer doesn't come true because it's not the time for God to let your prayer come true. And maybe that prayer was just a wasted prayer. When I say wasted, I mean God already saw that you have certain stuff and God knows you don't need that. So you're praying for it, it's not going to get it. While some of your prayer are needed prayer, but for some reason, God not going to give it to you at the time you ask for it. You're going to get it later when you what? Unexpected. It's going to just show up. And then you remember, that you did pray for sometimes it's frustrating. You pray for stuff. It takes a long while. While sometimes, bam, you pray for it and it happened right then because God saw that it's a need. But don't we ever, including myself, thinking that we're going to call upon God for everything. And guess what? We woke up every morning, we wake up. We never call on God, never respect God and his son. Don't love God and his son. Don't care about God and his son. Don't even care about what God said his son is coming back. So if you don't respect God, if we don't respect God, we don't call upon God, he's the Father. We don't care about his son shed his blood. What make you think God is going to answer your prayer? What make I think God is going to answer my prayer? So therefore, respect the one who you are calling upon for your needs or your wants, whatever it may be. So Korah suffered the judgment for stepping in the way of God, for trying to stop the repatriation of the children from Egypt. Not say it's time to stop the repatriation, but trying to be a part of the leadership of those who leading those children out. And God did not choose them. So my fellow disciple, I just want to say, let us all put God first in our life. Let us try our hardest to put God first in our life. Don't be running to God for things and believe God must expect to give it to you when you don't care about God. So my fellow disciples, my Ira church, God disciples, all of us who trusting in God, respect him, son, I just want to say, let us all put God first, man second. God first, man second. And let's all respect those God chose. God do the choosing. Let's all respect them. I respect God mostly. So until then, my fellow eye watchers and disciples of God, I just want to say thank you and God bless you.